So, in today's episode of Why 3D Printing is So Much Fun, Pian has decided it really likes nylon and clog the extruder. So today, we're gonna take apart the extruder and do some maintenance for Time-Lapse Tuesday instead of, bringing fun things. Anyway, this doesn't happen very often. The Bambus have been amazing, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, pulling the connectors off. The angled 3D printed JST tweezers help a bunch. Print those. Absolutely. So taking the hot end off first to access the screws for the extruder assembly, using the Allen key. And then it's 3 screws to remove the extruder unit, but you also have to remove the filament cutter. And you got to use the teeny tiny Allen key to do that, to remove the tension on the spring for the cutter. You'll see I didn't quite get it all the way out. Had to redo or come back to it and get it all the way out, so it flopped out and let me get the whole extruder assembly out. So there it is. Now we got to take the cover off so we can access the gears and see what's going on and where it's actually stuck. So 3 more screws. That magnetic tray keeps me sane. So there we go. You can sort of see it because I didn't put the camera in the right spot, but normally we see the filament get stuck between like the idler gear and the extruder gear. So backing off the tension on the idler arm. This one's weird because the filament is stuck in the throat. So here we are on the bench. We're going to take it apart a little bit further. I believe heat creep, so I'm just cutting off the little blob that came. There they are. Clean it all up real quick. Put it all back together. Man, I wish I could move this fast in real life. Tension the extruder back up a little bit just to keep everything in place. Put the gear back in. Put it back in correctly. Put the cover on. Make sure the bearing's good. Do the thing in reverse of the thing that we just did. All right, extruder assembly reassembled. No more clog. Back into the tool head. 3 bolts. Are they bolts or screws? We'll call them fasteners. All right, cutter back in. Teeny tiny screw. It works, yay. All right, putting the extruder connector back on. I'm actually gonna swap to a 0.2 nozzle. I've got some really fun, tiny little detail stuff I wanna do here next. So took the opportunity to do that while the hot end was out anyway. Plug the connectors back in, carefuling, very carefuling. They're very tiny, very fragile. Probably my one major complaint. Anyway, hot end goes back in, PTFE goes back in, tool head goes on. Now we're going to heat it up and hopefully extrude some filament. Blah, 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 blah. Heating. Oh, right. Change the nozzle size. Good job. Good job, me. There it goes. We're homing. We're heating. We're heating. We're waiting. We're impatient. Come on. Oh, we got movement. Oh, it's extruding. This is good. Yeah.